Hey, I'm Kaya Janae, and welcome back to my channel. So we got the ex-introvert vlogs, and that's when we just do a normal day in the life of an average human being, okay? I don't have the aesthetic life. I don't do the shopping and the that. You know, I live an average life. So I feel like that's what ex-introvert vlogs is going to depict. And it's also in the title, ex-introvert. Like, I subscribed to the category or the identity of being an introvert, and I don't think that is me. I am naturally reserved, yes, but I'm not an introvert. Like, if I want to talk, I can talk. You know, if I want to show a little personality, I can show a little personality, but I'm definitely not an introvert. So the name is like, it's in the name. It's in the name. You feel me? And then we have test, try, review with Kai. And that is going to be everything test, trying, and reviewing. And I want to make it broad. Like, it don't always have to be makeup. So we're going to work on that too. But I do want to just give y'all like sit down videos where I talk about me. I talk about my life. I update y'all on the things that I'm going through, because this is going to be my little video diaries. And I really just want to see the growth. So being able to see the growth in how I become emotionally intelligent, how I'm able to voice my thoughts and all of that, like growing in that, because y'all, I be striving for perfection, and that's just never going to happen. You know, I'm human, I'm flawed, I'm gonna have times where I make mistakes, I'm gonna have times where I need to bounce back. You know, I'm not perfect, and I feel like I know that perfectionism has stopped me from reaching my full potential, because I'm always worried about making everything perfect. And nothing will ever be perfect. And then if I do want to see the growth that I want to see, like, I have to start, you know? I feel like it's easy to say, just do it, just start, just do it, just start, just do it, just start. But what about actually just doing and starting? Like, when are you gonna put your fear to the side, put your pride to the side, put whatever you feel to the side, and just do it? So yeah, I just want to do a little brain dump. Life lately, I feel like I'm able to get in front of people, get in front of the camera, I'm able to get in front of people, get in front of the camera, be in rooms, and just put a smile on my face and kind of mask what I'm going through. And I feel like that has been good and bad, because if you look at me, you would never know what I'm going through, especially because I don't normally broadcast it. And if you don't ask, like, I'm naturally not open to just telling like what I'm going through, what's going through my mind. And I feel like a lot of that has been because I felt silenced as a child. Like, it wasn't okay to speak up for yourself. It wasn't okay to say how you were feeling. It wasn't okay for you to express your emotions. I was almost like, I don't want to say raised to keep it in, but that's the mindset that I adopted. Like, it's better to keep everything in instead of telling. It's better to keep everything in instead of learning how to work through it. And that has literally worked against me up until my baptism. Like, just holding everything in and exploding when it became too much. It's not healthy. And I'm realizing, like, that's not how I want to continue to live, because it just affects how I decide. It affects my decision making. It affects my relationships with people. It affects literally every aspect of my life. So this last couple months, I feel like God has been teaching me how to be emotionally intelligent. And I feel like the first step for me was to acknowledge it. Like, acknowledge that you didn't grow up knowing what was right, what was wrong, how to express, how to talk. Like, you weren't taught that. So you can't hold yourself to a scale of something you don't know how to do. Like, I'm starting brick by brick. I'm building this brick by brick. You feel me? But yeah, I go through a lot of silent battles because I'm able to mask what I'm going through. The beginning of this year, I can admit now, because I'm past it, and when I'm in it, I don't want to like give it more power than it actually has. But I'm able to admit that I was going through a little bit of depression. And I feel like my depression was functional because I was able to still show up with a smile on my face, do everything I needed, but like inside, internally. And then even like hygiene, like skipping showers, skipping days with your showering. Like, that's when you know like it's getting bad, or when you look up and your room is a mess. Like, those are the external ways that it shows up. And everything was just literally a depiction of my mind. Like, I was all over the place. And sometimes I still feel like I'm all over the place, even with me trying to like push past everything. I feel like I'm understanding that growth is not linear. For a long time, I expected growth to be linear. Like, you heal from this and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. Like, I didn't give myself grace to fall. I didn't give myself grace to mess up. But yeah, I was going through depression earlier this year because I just thought that my life was going in a different direction, and it's not the direction. We're not where I thought I would be. So I keep bringing it up, but it was really like a turning point, not only in my walk, but in my life. So at the beginning of the year, I got an offer with DPS. I signed it, and then a couple days later, they ended up rescinding the offer. Yeah, when I say they wrecked my world, it wrecked my world. Like, it affected me so much more than I actually thought that it did. So that happened it was from January to February. Not January, January to February. Well, it wrecked my world. So in February is when they rescinded it. But that whole process of like interviewing and testing and all of it was from November to February. So imagine God specifically giving you instructions. And I'm the type, I'm going to ask God for a sign. Show me a falcon. Show me a parachute. Show me like whatever. Like, show me. Give me a sign. Because I be so afraid of failure. So this whole time, I'm getting the signs, I'm getting the confirmation. So like, you expect things to end up a certain way. I even asked for a sign that I was gonna get the job, and he didn't lie. I did get the job. I just didn't start. I feel like it's easy to laugh about it now, but then, baby. So I was angry. Not only angry at myself, but angry at God. And I stopped praying. I stopped reading my word. Well, I don't want to say I stopped. I was still like, talk to him, but I wouldn't sit down and get in a quiet place. I wouldn't sit down. And it was hard for me to open my Bible because it's like, how am I reading and believing all of this, but I feel like you led me astray. I feel like you stranded me. I feel like you abandoned me. I feel like you gave up on me. I feel like you led me to this point and you didn't keep up your end of the bargain. So I was angry for a long time. And I feel like now I'm finally to a point where like I'm maturing in my faith, but I'm also able to take everything for what it is. But y'all, it's still hard. It's still hard. Sometimes I don't know. Well, none of the time. I don't know what's next. And I feel like I'm so used to planning everything. I'm so used to wanting to know the details. I'm so used to being particular about the way things go. And now it's like, I really am just taking each day for what it is. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. Like, you really have to rejoice and be glad in it. And for a minute, like, I didn't know how to rejoice. How do you rejoice when it feels like everything is falling apart? How do you rejoice and be glad when it feels like you hit brick wall after brick wall after brick wall? Like, how do you rejoice when life is not going your way? I feel like that's such a easy thing for people to tell you to do. Oh, don't give up. Don't be discouraged. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But what do you do when you feel like you keep going and you keep hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock? But I'm finally to the point where It's easier for me to choose joy, and joy does not mean that my situation has changed. Joy does not mean that everything is working out, but joy means that I'm choosing to wake up and take everything for what it is. Joy means I'm choosing to wake up and take every thought captive that doesn't obey the word of God. I'm choosing to take away those negative thoughts. I'm choosing to not let depression win. I'm choosing not to let discouragement win. I'm choosing not to allow defeat to win. Because if I'm a child of God and he has told me that he has come so I can have life and have it abundantly, like, that is for me. And I feel like sometimes it's hard for me to take on the promises of God. And that's a part of like having an identity crisis, like not knowing who I am. It's easy to read the word. It's easy to say, oh, God loves me. You know, God gave his life for me. But when you don't experience, like, hope deferred makes the heart sick. When hope is lost, it's hard to keep going. It's hard. So I don't ever want to sit here and act like I get it all figured out. I got it perfectly planned out. Everything is working on my behalf. Like, this is one of the lowest seasons of my life. This has literally been one of the lowest seasons of my life. I thought that coming to Christ meant that I was going to be eating sunshine and rainbows. And that is far from the truth. It has literally turned my world 180. Like, the song that I've been holding on to is Let the Alabaster Break. And the end part, like, you don't know the cost of the oil. You don't know the cost of the oil. Like, what I'm walking into cost me a lot. It cost me everything that I thought was security. It cost me my car getting repossessed, my storage getting taken away, moving back to my parents' house, like mental battles, struggles, like fighting for my life. When I say I've been fighting for my life, I've been fighting for my life. But like, you don't know the cost of the oil. He had to break me. He had to break me to birth something beautiful. He had to break me to take things out of me. And it hurts, bro. It hurts. But at the end of the day, I like internally, like, my heart knows that it's for a purpose. I know that everything that I've been through is for a purpose. I know that I've struggled for a purpose. I know the doors have been closed for a purpose. I know the relationships have been taken away for a purpose. And I'm just trying to be so grateful for everything, like the bad. Like, it's easy to let it consume you. It's easy to look at what you lack. It's easy to look at what you want. It's easy to look at the negative. But choosing to be grateful for everything that's falling apart, that's the struggle. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, be grateful that those doors closed, because he saw something that I didn't see. He's protecting me from something I'm not aware of. If God is higher, if God is powerful, if God is sovereign, if God is faithful, I should be able to trust him. I should be able to say my situation does not matter. He can move mountains. I should be able to say that the God that I serve cares for me. I should be able to say that the God that I serve is protecting me from everything that I do and do not see. I should be able to believe that the God that I serve is putting me in position. I should be able to believe Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord, who are called according to his purpose. If I am called according to his purpose, I should be able to look in my life and say, yes, it wasn't easy, but it was purposeful. Yes, it wasn't picture perfect, but it was meaningful. Every loss, every gain, every high, every low. My life has not been full of lows. Like, I've experienced highs. Life is literally ups and downs. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, when you're in a valley, you're in between a high and you're in between a low. So I'm making this to see. I want to do these little video diaries so that I can see the growth that I've made, and so that I can see, like, how much my heart has changed. And of course, I want to see, like, how my situation has changed. I feel like I kind of beat myself up because I'm always looking for, like, an experience. We want to experience, like, we want to live the desires of our hearts. We want to live the experiences we dream of. And sometimes I get myself like, you looking for an experience, you should be looking for your heart to be changed. And it's like, yes, but he gave us this life so that we could experience, you know. He didn't give us this life so we could suffer. Yes, we were promised suffering, but this life isn't meant to only suffer. Like we're called to live abundantly. You know, he gives us the desires of our heart. When we seek him, he gives us the desires of our heart. So if I desire something, he wants to give it, right? It might not be when I want it to be, but he's given me the desire so that I can experience it. So today is, I guess I should have said this before we got into our little rant, but today is September 29th, and it is currently 10:50 a.m. and we're gonna keep it pushing. So Kaya, future Kaya, when you look back on this, I want you to know that life didn't end when everything was taken away. Life began when you started acknowledging where you lacked and decided to push past. Life began when you gave your life to Christ. You know, life began when you started living for yourself and not the world. I want to be able to look back and see like it was purposeful. God's hand is on you. It never left. He might have been silent, but he never left. So he loves each and every single one of us. And I don't know, we're just going to periodically check in and do these little sit downs and whatever the vibes is. But that's all for now. I'm logging out. I see you in the next one. Bye.